Welcome back to my channel. I am Professor Dawn Wooten, and today's video is writing an annotated bibliography, both in MLA and APA. And here's a hint. It's a works cited or reference page with paragraphs. Let's define what an annotated bibliography is. An annotated bibliography has two parts. The first is the works cited citation or reference for each source that you will be using in MLA or APA. A paragraph called the annotation that summarizes the source, summarizes the credibility of the source, and describes how you intend to use that source in your writing to prove your claims. So, the citations or references. In-text or parenthetical citations are used in your paper to give credit to your sources. The works cited citation or reference appears on the works cited page for MLA or references page for APA. The purpose of the in-text citation is to give credit to a source when you use that source's material. For example, if you borrow a quote from a source when writing a paragraph in your paper, you must provide an in-text citation. And all apes were given a name, author Goodall, page 17, MLA. And all apes were given a name, Goodall, published in 1978. The first one's MLA, the second one is APA. The in-text citation includes the author's name and the page number where you found the information for MLA, or the author's last name and year of publication for APA. On the cited page for MLA, you list author information about the source. On the reference page for the APA, you include information emphasizing the time of publication. For the example in the previous slide, the works cited citation would look something like this. Goodall, Jane, Ape Society, which is the name of the book, Penguin, which is the publisher, and 1978, the year it was published. You do not have to put page numbers when citing a book in MLA. For APA, it would look something like this. Goodall, J, period, 1978, Ape Society, Penguin Press. So an annotated bibliography entry would look something like this. If we know we are going to use this source, here is a sample of an annotated bibliography entry using MLA and APA. The annotation would be the same, regardless of which format you are using. This would be MLA, this would be APA, and then the annotation itself. This is a book by Jane Goodall, and it chronicles her work with apes in the jungles of Africa. She was a brilliant scientist and pioneer in wildlife communication and conservation. In 1965, she earned a PhD in ethology from the University of Cambridge. This whole first portion of the annotation is the credibility of the author, Jane Goodall. I will use her information to prove that apes do have a capacity for higher learning. Her experiments with the wild apes help to prove my claim that apes are capable of not only intelligence, but compassion and a full range of other human emotions. That section of the annotation says how you plan to use the information and prove which claim of your thesis. So when you're writing an annotation, the annotated bibliography has to be formatted in alphabetical order by source and consist of the MLA formatted citation or APA reference, as well as an evaluative annotation of no less than 6 complete sentences for each source. These are my standards for when my students write evaluative annotated bibs. Double check with your instructor or professor for their specific guidelines in terms of length. Each evaluative annotation should include the following: a brief summary of the source, 2 sentences max, the credentials of the author, the credibility of the source, how recent is it, are there possible biases, the usefulness to your project, an example of how the source will be used to support your claims. Again, these are my personal requirements for an evaluative annotated bib. Double check with your instructor or professor for specifics that they want to see included in your annotated bibliography. To format the annotated bib, please see the samples available on the Purdue OWL website. Make sure your citations are in alphabetical order and you are using double spacing. This is true for both MLA and APA styles. Watching our video on annotated bibliographies. If you have any questions on your assignment, please contact your professor or instructor directly, and I hope that you have a great day.